How do these red guards stay cool while wearing so much fabric?
Onishi is pleased to see you again. You have made the deliveries to this one's clients, yes? Onishi gives people what they want and nothing more. You have done the same for me. So here, take these to that silly monkey. It will return him to the miserable existence he had before. Well...
Oh, am I ever glad to see you again. Do you have a banana? I mean, do you have a potion to change me back? Malak's nethers! It sure will feel good to be myself again. Last time I ever do business with a Pandari. Free! Meet me at the tavern. I'll buy you a drink. Why must I suffer?
Traveler, a moment of your time. Honor and faith, Wayfarer. Blade Master Kasura awaits you at the Rosy Lion in the city of Daggerfall. She requests you join her there at once.
I hear you're going to match wits with the Mad God. I don't envy you. Might I suggest looking over my wares before you go? You never know what you might need in the Daedric realms.
Shalador found you. Excellent. I've puzzled out the hints from that last book, and I'm afraid the news isn't good. Your next trial is in a particularly nasty part of the Shivering Isles, a place called the Chateau of the Ravenous Rodent. Not unless you've spent your life poring over obscure Daedric tomes. The chateau is in the darkest part of Dementia, the Shadowland of the Shivering Isles. I'm worried that... I'm fine, Adept. I'm just tired. It's become very draining to translate these tomes. Don't worry about me. I can open the portal to the Isles for you straight away, if you'll allow me.
At last! We're finally going to explore a real set of ruins. Just Naramo and Clanker and me. And Clanker doesn't take a split. I'm so looking forward to this.
Good. You've arrived. Welcome back to the Isles, Adept. We must be wary. This part of Sheogorath's realm is twisted and corrupt. I'm not sure. I've never been to this part of the Shivering Isles before. We're after the final tome, though, so we have to assume he has something truly perverse waiting in the wings. Certainly Velost has suffered enough. Yes, it is as I said. She has worked herself night and day, and Sheogorath's dark intellect is focused through those tomes. They are like a stain on her mind. I think we have to... Wait, do you feel that?
Not so fast there, Shalador. Only invited guests in the chateau. We have standards, you know.
Damn you, mad god!
Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Shally. And off you go. Ha, just the two of us. Now we can talk in peace. Ah, my little mortal. I'm a man of many personalities, but I tell you what, they're all very fond of you. The game is a foot, or a leg. In fact, all manner of severed limbs. But don't worry about that. I've brought you here because I've been watching you. You work too hard. You need a nice little vacation. Of course! This is my chateau. It's me family's estate. Gets handed down from me to myself and so on and so on. I think you'll love it here, or hate it. Oh, one of the two, certainly. Up the road behind me is our guest quarters. But silly me! All 3 rooms are already occupied. Frankly, they've overstayed their welcome. One of them, though, just not fitting in. Could you do me a favor? Could you tell him to shove off? Catch? Such an untrusting soul. If there were a catch, I'd say it's the 2 of my guests are murderous cannibals. My advice? Don't let anyone eat you. If anyone tries to kill you, kill him right back. And remember, try to relax.
Be wary. Talk to these guests carefully before you try to throw anyone out.
I can hear you, Shally! Don't bother my guests!
You're the only one that thinks you're funny, mad god.
Hello? Is someone there? I sent for room service hours ago. Yes, actually. It's very pleasant. Some odd things here and there, but overall... Look! Are you room service or not? What? Well, no throwing me out. Throw me out and I'll have my advocate drag you before the Alik'r courts. We'll strip you of every coin you've ever earned, and every coin your sons will ever earn.
I can hear someone out there. Hello? Yes. Wait, no! Is the Master playing his games again? Wait, I mean, scenarios. I do enjoy his scenarios. They taste so yellow. Yes, yes! Evict me! Open the door right now! Or I'll peel off your face and wear it like a mask! I'll claw through this wood and tear out your succulent throat with my teeth!
Is someone out there? I can hear you moving. No, not at all. There are things skittering around in here. Oh, don't evict me. As long as I ignore the noise, it's quite nice in here. You can't see the poetry of my soul from behind a door. You can't look into my eyes and know that my mind is my own. You can't see the intensity of my truth.
Hello? Yes, actually. What? Fine then. My advocate will be I'll show myself out. But I'm not taking that dreadful portal.
That's a perfectly good portal! I should know! I made it! It's been so long since we had guests. You would have loved my old Uncle Leo back in the day. Charming dinner conversation. When he wasn't bringing up old girlfriends. Literally regurgitating them. nasty habit. Well, let's see. Now that you're settled in, you should tour the grounds. We have this lovely maze at the chateau. You simply must see it. Why do I need a reason for everything? Mortals, mortals, mortals! Always needing a reason to do things! For example, people like to think light chases away the shadows. I prefer to think that without a few lights, there'd be no shadows to enjoy! Oh, jolly good, you're getting it! I knew if we spent enough time together, you'd start to think like me. I have that effect on people. It's a bit too dark, actually. Why don't you light a few braziers as you go? Improve the ambience. Mind what bumps in the night now.
You've faced darkness before, Adept. Remember your training.
No cheating, Shalador! Don't ruin this for me! Divergence point? Ha!
Only 2 more to go. This trial is child's play.
I'm gonna bind you to haunt a little old lady in Wayrest! Does that sound fun, Sally?
Moment. Not a young man.
So, what did you think? What was your favorite part? No, don't answer that. I can see by the look on your face how happy you are. Such confidence! Braggadocio! Gumption! I like that. The last place I'd like you to visit is our humble little manse, just behind me. I want you to meet the family! So many fond memories. There was that one time with the scalpel, and all of our family dinners. And of course, you get to play with the family heirlooms. Aye, we have an old rhyme about him. 4 lights in a row, poke one to make it glow. No, that's wrong. Maybe it was 4 lights in a trough, poke one to turn it off. Huh. Well, something like that. Remember, vacations are about enjoying the little moments.
Those poor souls. Theogoras, family.
How do you keep getting back in here?
Apparently not everything is under your control.
Not yet, anyway. beautiful, aren't they? Isn't it beautiful? The most beautiful part of the chateau. You can see why I've held on to the place all these years. Now, just hold on there. Haven't you been wondering why it's called the Chateau of the Ravenous Rodent? Well, you should. And before I give you the last tome, before I reward you and Shally for all your hard work, you need to meet one more member of my family. Let me tell you the story of old Uncle Leo. Ah, a mortal after me own heart. Well, Uncle Leo was quite the ladies' man back in the day. He had a beauty in every town, from Windhelm to Stormhold. As the years went by and his looks began to fade, it got harder and harder to, you know. Right. Well, not getting the attention of the ladies the way he used to, it started to drive Leo a little bit batty. And that's when I stepped in. Can't have someone as well loved as Leo all lonely, right? So, I offered him a little deal. I gave him back his looks, his youth. All he had to do was promise never to bed a maiden more than once. Simple, really. And he took the deal with gusto. Then, a few years later, he meets me all. Cheese for the smart skeever! Leo couldn't resist her. Thought he'd have an out on our deal if they got married. Nope. His flesh melted like wax on his wedding night. Became an atronach of my very own. Now, all his girlfriends are rats! Too much, I'm afraid. To be honest, it's become an embarrassment to the family. So, as the final act of a courteous guest, go kill Uncle Leo, will you? Give the old lug my love before you rip his skull open, will you? Always sad to see a good man die. Leo's death just now? Hilarious! I should make you fight narwhals on the open ocean! I should make you run a gauntlet of angry Argonian concubines! But I won't. Book's yours. Yes, well, I'm sure you and Shalador will be very happy with your new book. Of course, Velast has been the one doing all the reading, right? Send her my best. And tell her to read real close on this last one. Give Velast my best.
Perhaps we can complete a writ or two on our downtime, hmm?
You've returned. Do you have the book? You've done it. We have them all. Now I just need to closely study the books together as a set, and we should be able to find Shalador's Island. Wish me luck, my friend. I'll need it this time round. Yes, Adept. I recovered quickly after you left. I'm just feeling a little weary. This business with the books you've been collecting, it's taken a lot out of me. These books are like word labyrinths. There are layers of meaning upon meaning, endless research avenues. He's laden these things with oblique references that only someone with my mastery of law would be able to understand. It's very tiring. Like I said, just a little weary. Don't worry, Adept. I'm up to the challenge. I'm one of only a handful of people in the whole of Tamriel that could have puzzled these out, in fact. We'll see it done.
Can a lady drink in peace?
Watch yourself.
Got a lot to do here.
When I heard the commotion from the docks, I came here. There is no safer place than the House of the King. Is it not so?
Our suspicions were well-founded. You should have heeded my father's warning.
It is not the place of the dishonored to correct the king, Ashaba. You are dismissed.
I meant no disrespect, Your Majesty, only that you know where to find us. I will take my leave.
If you have come to speak with the king, the gods smile upon you, for he is holding court. Do not presume to waste his time, though. He has urgent matters to deal with, and has no time for trifles.
Welcome to Sentinel, Wayfarer. If you've come about the docks, rest assured I already know. I regret that you visit during such times. But perhaps your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps the gods guided you here to help us fight the Withered Hand. Necromancers, practitioners of the most vile magic, and the bane of the Alik'r desert. It has been many years since we faced such a threat. I hope the rumors about this group, the Withered Hand, were untrue. But today's events prove otherwise. Several years ago, a diabolical necromancer named Satura led an army of undead against me. Satura was defeated, but the rumors suggest his sons have returned for revenge. They are calling themselves the Withered Hand. Undoubtedly, but I suspect the attack at the docks was merely a feint. I fear the Withered Hand is planning something far worse. That is the challenge I now face. The people of the Alik'r desert, even those in Sentinel, are superstitious. They believe that striking the dead carries a terrible curse. For them, it is an act of dishonor. That is why I need you, Wayfarer. Then your visit is fortuitous indeed. My own son, Prince Azar, has been investigating the rumors about the Withered Hand. He is a bright young man, but he needs help. First, though, I would ask you to inform General Thoda of what has befallen. Yes, that is likely. General Thoda is my chief military advisor. He is also a practical man who places security above superstition. He is resting at his home after returning from Alik'r, but I need his counsel on how to proceed. General Thoda is a trusted advisor and a good friend. He has heard the rumors about the Withered Hand, and he can help us. Tell no one else, though. People remember Satura, and hearing his sons have returned could cause a panic. It's quite a tale, and I cannot do it justice now. But the battle against Satura was the most difficult of my life, both in military and political terms. It was the Ashaba who saved us. They had the thankless task of fighting the undead. The Ashaba. Where do I begin? They walk among us, but only in shadows. People believe they are cursed. They are dishonored warriors, bound by the sacred oath of their forefathers. They must fight the dead when called upon to do so. I have not called on them. I've even disregarded their warnings. You must understand, the common people despise them. To call on them again might cost me the crown. That is why I must rely on you, Wayfarer. Yes. The greatest threat the Alik'r faced from the undead was in the First Era, when the Yokudan rulers were still establishing a foothold here. That was when the Ansei wards were created. They are our greatest hope, for no matter how great a threat the Withered Hand may pose, they cannot even compare to the necromancers of the First Era. The wards contain the spirits of 3 Ansei heroes who sacrificed themselves to protect us. They uphold the covenant with the Divines. As long as we consecrate the dead in the name of Tu'whacca, they cannot be raised by even the most powerful necromancy. Thus, the Withered Hand can only raise corpses that have not been consecrated. It is not an ancient Yokudan custom, but a tradition that developed in the desert. Human remains decay slowly here, and our people came to believe their ancestors' corpses were sacred. To harm one would draw the ancestors' curse. Of course. You see, the culture of the Alik'r evolved around this ideal. Many of us today realize that exceptions must be made. But in my position, to ask my soldiers to strike down the dead would cause an outcry, and possibly lead to rebellion.
You. I know you from Alik'r. You roughed up so many of my bravos. Tamriel is a small place, after all. I just returned from Alik'r myself, back in my chair, drinking my wine with my wife. Wait. Please tell me you're not here to disturb me. No! You realize what this means. Not one moment of relaxation, not one. And damn it, I thought this talk about the Withered Hand was just rumor. Are you sure this is true? The Sentinel docks? The nerve. but it sounds like something those motherless dogs would do. I tell you, Uwafa and Alasan might just be more dangerous than their father. Uwafa and Alasan are the sons of that old bastard Satura. They're calling themselves the Withered Hand as a fear tactic. I knew them when they were boys. They're the same age as Prince Azar, speaking of whom, we should inform him as well. Exactly. He knows more about this business than I do. That's for sure. If you'll go round up the prince, I'll have to find some way to explain to my wife why I'm leaving again. Then we can all meet at the palace. My guess is that he's with the girls at his seraglio by the north wall. I know what you're thinking, but it's not because the prince is some kind of ladies' man. The girls help him gather information. Perhaps he'll already know what's happened. My hope is that Prince Azar might have a lead on where Uwafa and Alasan have set up their headquarters, or better yet, what they're planning next. Regardless, these are things we should discuss at the palace. We all do. Satura was one of the king's viziers, kept his little hobby a secret. Then one day the king came to meet his viziers and found them all dead. The real surprise was when Satura ordered their corpses to attack. That's how it started. I tried to train them in swordplay. Uwafa and Alasan along with Prince Azar. Those two had no interest, though. I would always catch them torturing insects and animals. The prince, he hated them. And they hated him right back.
I thought it would be so glamorous to be married to the king's favorite general. I was wrong, though. It is not glamorous. It is just lonely.
I should have tried to stop them. I'm sorry. So sorry. What have I done? It was a nightmare. These savage men burst into the seraglio. They struck down the guards and even sweet little Rohiba. And then they took the prince. Please, would you go after them? You have to. No, yet another way in which I failed. I should have followed them out into the street. I'm such a fool. Maybe someone else out there saw them. Maybe they can tell you which way those men took the prince.
Prince, someone help. They took him. I saw them running. They went west.
That way. They went that way.
They took the prince down the path. Hurry!
I tried, but they got me with their evil magic. They took the prince. Down there. I think it leads out of the city. Please, go stop them.
Good find, cohort. memories cohort.
I don't recognize you, but under the circumstances, I am pleased to make your acquaintance. If you are here to render aid, I can promise that you'll be well rewarded. Oh, so you do know who I am then. Did my father put you up to this? Has he been watching me? Well, I shouldn't be so accusatory. If he was tracking me, then I guess it turned out to be extremely fortunate. I don't wish to sound ungrateful, but you should know that kidnapping me was just a distraction. The Withered Hand has been planning this for years. If only we heard the rumors sooner. At this point, I'm not sure we can stop them. Oh, from tunneling into the Impervious Vault, this was just one of their attempts. It's a brilliant plan, really. The gates of the vault have been magically sealed for centuries, but underneath, the vault's apparently not so impervious. Undoubtedly, they hope to steal the Ansei wards. With the wards, Uwafa and Alasan could become unimaginably powerful, and that would be disastrous. No matter the risks, we must try to stop them. Well, let's return to the palace and consult with my father. There's a ladder to the south that leads up into the city. Tell my father.
Word has reached me of what happened at the Seraglio. I should have seen this coming. Please, tell me you found Prince Azar, and he is safe. I told Toda you'd come through. I had a feeling about you, right from the start. Tell me, though, where is Azar? And was this the extent of the Withered Hand's plot? Or do they presently plan some further insult to my family and my kingdom? Blade's Edge. How could they? Would that actually work? If they get into the vault, they could steal the Ansei wards. And then, we must hurry. We have to stop them at all costs. I can take guards to the Impervious Vault, but we're going to need help from the Mages Guild. As much as I hate to admit it, only they know how to unseal the vault. Will you go to the guild for me, Wayfarer? When you reach the Mages Guild Tower, speak to Gabrielle. She understands the need for discretion. I will meet you at the Impervious Vault. Tawaka watch over you, Wayfarer. Let us hope we can keep the Ansei wards from falling into enemy hands.
I hope you realize what you've gotten yourself into. Once you're in Faharajad's inner circle, you'll never get a moment's rest. I know this from personal experience.
Adept, good to see you. I have great news for you, Adept. The Last has finished final analysis of the tomes. We're ready to get my island back. She's preparing a ritual space at the Evermore Guild Hall in Bangkorai. I'll see you there, Adept. We're so close. Of course, this is what we've worked for all this time. Putting up with the mocking and insults. Sheogorath's poor attempts at humor. We'll recover the Isle, and the Guild will have a safe haven from the war.
Hey, I know you. We killed that crazy old necromancer together, Angoff. Remember that midnight talisman we used to break into Cathedral? I still can't believe that worked. So I don't suppose you need help with something fun like that. Are you joking? I've been wanting to take a crack at that place ever since I heard the name. Wait a minute. Did Simone put you up to this? Why would the king want to break into the vault? Necromancers? Ansei wards? Fascinating. Count me in. So we just need to break the seal? I know. Let's try this. Go to the bazaar and get flame stock from Lucien and Worm's headcap from Ninaba. Then meet me at the vault. This could work.
Welcome back to the Guildhall. There is much knowledge buried beneath the sands of Alik'r. Have you found any to share?
Take your time and browse, my friend. I'm sure you'll find I have what you've always wanted. This is for Gabrielle, isn't it? She's a regular. In a city like Sentinel, we Bretons have to stick together. I have some in stock. You're welcome to them. Don't worry about payment. I know Gabrielle's good for it. I'm sorry, but I'm out of stock. Because I'm out of stocks. Seriously though, some Lion Guard mages came through and bought my last batch. Ninabon, the lizard trainer, might have some.
Welcome to Ninabon's Emporium of strange and wonderful things. Can I interest you in a lizard catching net? Or perhaps a trained lizard? Oh, you must mean Monkey. Yes, he is adorably large, isn't he? I'm afraid I spoil him. Only the best bugs are good enough for my monkey. He's quite smart, aren't you, Monkey? Quite a little smarty. Yes, it may seem odd, but it makes sense to me. From the time I could walk, I wanted a pet monkey. I pleaded and begged, but my father always refused. Monkeys are arboreal, he said. I still don't know what that means. One has to start somewhere. Monkeys are terrific. Everyone loves monkeys. And if I can't have a monkey, a lizard's the next best thing. You know, sometimes I wonder how my life would be different if my father had only given me a monkey. Flame stalks, tasty treats. They help with indigestion. For a lizard, at least. You're not a lizard. What do you need them for? For some spell with Gabrielle, I bet. And she doesn't even like lizards. Oh well, just take them. But she owes me.
Aha, perfect. Say though, you didn't happen to pick up a few giant's toes while you were at the bazaar, did you? That's fine. Giant's toes could make a bigger gap in the seal, but they're probably hard to find here anyways. These should do the trick, I think. Worm's head on top of the flame stalk, or flame stalk inside the worm's head. Oh, absolutely. It's only one person going in anyways. Without the giant's toes, I can only open the seal so far. Of course. Baharajad thinks that one person should be you. He wants to talk to you first, though. Go on up. Sure. I just need a minute to think about how exactly to word this. Gotta, gotta... Go on, I'll be right up.
I hope you realize what you've gotten yourself.
If we are too late, the implications are unthinkable for all of Alik'r. I've prayed to Tuatha, Stindar, and even Akatosh. Though I do not hold them sacred, I will pray to the Yokudan gods as well, just in case. Your hope is contagious, Wayfarer. I am pleased that your road has led you here. General Thoda is not a man of faith, but even he agrees your coming seems more than a coincidence. If only one of us can enter the vault, I think it should be you. I cannot adequately express my gratitude. You must be careful, though. Azar believes the Withered Hand is far more powerful than we realized. Uwafa and Alisan in particular. If you see either of them, I suggest you exercise extreme caution. I pray that we are not too late to stop the Withered Hand, and with the same breath, I thank the gods for guiding you here. Tuatha watch over you, Wayfarer. Here comes Gabrielle. Are you ready?
Stand back, Your Majesty. I'm not sure how the vault will react. I hope this works. It worked. Go quickly. I don't know how long it'll stay open.
They've broken into the vault. Stop them, fools! Enough! Get the Onsei wards out, now!
You are not marked with the corruption of undeath, nor those that foster it. You are not aligned with them, are you? You sought to protect the wards? Praise Tuatha. That means there are still living those who oppose the menace of necromancy in the Alik'r. Hearken closely then, for my spirit cannot abide here long. We sacrificed ourselves to create the wards, and through them we have protected the consecrated dead. But the wards have fallen into corrupted hands now, and we are powerless to stop them. You must recover the wards. I do not know. My sight is weakened, and my presence is tied to my ward. They have taken it far from here. That is why I am fading. Find the wards. Bring them back. Tuatha be with you. We will meet again.
That took longer than I hoped. It's hard to be patient when I know the fate of my kingdom is at stake. Tell me you have good tidings. Or did they escape with the Ansei wards? Damn it all! Voda said Satura's sons were dangerous. That's certainly true now. With the Ansei wards, they can raise an army faster than I can. We have to stop them. We have to send Uwafa and Alasan to join their father in oblivion. I've done everything in my power to avoid calling on the Ashaba. But I no longer have a choice. We must have their help to recover the Ansei wards. I would avoid contacting them directly, however. Will you be my envoy, Wayfarer? Thank you. Most of the Ashaba live together, wandering the desert, going gods know where. Track them down, and tell their leader Marima that the Alik'r needs him again. We need the Ashaba to fight the Withered Hand. The Ashaba often spend this season camping at Morwa's bounty to the south. God's willing, perhaps they are still there. Marima sent his daughter to warn me of the Withered Hand. They wanted to help. I regret that I turned them away. I hope I needn't remind you to keep this quiet. Rumors will spread about the Withered Hand, but we should try to keep the theft of the Ansei wards a secret. I have many political enemies who would try to turn this to their advantage. Of course it will. But what am I to do? Allow my public image to endanger the kingdom? Sometimes a king cannot save his face and his people at the same time. Still, I would prefer we not shout our plans from the rooftops.
Fried fire salts! This is way worse than I realized. The Withered Hand, eh? When I get back to the tower, I'll see if I have anything on them. It'll be useful when you come ask for my help again, which I'm sure you will.
I just hope the Ashaba are prepared for this. Regardless, I will discreetly begin looking through the ranks for any soldiers who might be willing to do what's necessary. That way, at least we have someone.
Finally, my father stops chasing the mirage. I advised him to listen to Ashaba weeks ago. But better late than never, yes? Please, speak with Marima while I reach out to my Ashaba contacts. We will find a way to stop the Withered Hand.
Another chance at perfection.
I understand. If you change your mind, I'll be here.
Look what the desert winds blew in. Welcome, friend.
You, over here.
I am a weapon, tough as steel and twice as sharp. Remember that, and stay out of my way.
Isn't Vidal wonderful? Her brawn is matched only by her stunning beauty.
I've had the opportunity to work with her, and let me tell you, her beatings are legendary. But what she accomplishes with just a look and a snarl, magnificent.
Don't tell me where the goods came from. This one doesn't need to know.
Well?
Take it from me. Your goods are safe here.
I sell hundreds of poisons a year, and just because one ends up in the goblet of King Faharejad's taster, I'm some kind of criminal.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that. Ah, scholarship. I can smell it from here.
You have a moment? It's worth your time. You there! There's gold for you if you'll lend me your time. I am a scholar of some import. Import. That is to say, I've traveled quite far. From Cyrodiil, just to study this forgotten shore. I sorely need an assistant. Azai at Oanok? He's my guide to Alik'r. He shows me the best routes and helps me make camp. But he doesn't know much about the great history of this land. I need someone to look around the ruins for an ancient sword. Legend says it only appears to a chosen few. I've had to ask strangers to walk through the ruins to look for it. Untrained eyes. I'm that desperate. Azai at Oanok might tell you where to look, if you're willing. I appreciate the assistance from common folk such as yourself. This sword is a significant specimen of lore, direct evidence of a legendary event in ancient Redguard history. There are books about this, but as you may be illiterate, I'll enlighten you. I suspect this is the site where sword singer Navid slew Ilkub, his ally, over the love of the fair Saide. The blade of a sword singer is a physical link between ancient Yokuda and Alik'r. Navid used this particular sword to slay his rival and then himself. As a piece of history, it belongs in a proper Imperial museum. The sword singers were so disciplined they could create a spirit sword. A sword made from their very thoughts. Not many could attain such strength of mind. Navid's sword is rare, as it apparently persisted after his death. The blade of a sword singer is a physical link between ancient Yokuda and Alik'r. Navid used this particular sword. That's not important to my research. With sword singer Navid and his rival dead, I expect someone else went on to have a dozen children with fair Saide. Isn't that how these stories go? The important thing is the sword. No one's seen the sword or had any luck amongst these ruins. A pity, really. I had such high hopes for some of them.
I'm glad that the Imperial has found someone else to talk to. His haughtiness is suffocating. The sword in question is a wondrous object, and Herminius Sophis believes it will appear to those who have a connection with death or whatever lies beyond. The great scholar from Cyrodiil doesn't know. Imagine that. The magnificent scholar believes that the sword is too damaged to be used anymore, if it even exists at all. He wants to preserve it in a safe warehouse in Cyrodiil, where all the other artifacts have been taken, I imagine. If not me, another would surely stand here. My advice to you is simply to look along the shore. Others searched inland and were disappointed. Yes, indeed it does. It is a story of jealousy and betrayal. Have you not heard the Ballad of Navid? In the early days of the Regatta, a powerful Anseh named Yagub led a vanguard of 13 great warriors, sword singers all. In those days, Red Guard bonds of fellowship were even stronger than they are now. These men were as brothers. One of the warriors, Navid, was strong but covetous. His dearest companion, Ilkub, had met a woman named Saida, whose beauty was legendary. Hair like polished obsidian and eyes like darkest sapphires. Navid's jealousy grew and grew. Yes, just so. While Ilkub stood on the beach stringing his legendary bow, Navid crept up behind and thrust his sword deep into Ilkub's back. Before Ilkub died, it is said that he looked on Navid with such sadness that Navid's heart broke in two. Racked with guilt, Navid fled to his tent, took up his grandest blade, and killed himself. When Saida heard of what happened, she threw herself into the water from the highest cliff. She was not seen again. I'm glad that the Imperial has found someone else to... The sword in question is a wondrous. The great scholar from... He wants to preserve it.
Good find, cohort. Beware, they covet this blade, and shall come for it. You must leave this place. The sword is cursed. You seek the sword, is it not so? I must tell you, you are not the first to discover it. Others tried to take it, and paid a heavy toll. Take up the blade, and you will see. The sword cursed are here among us already, circling like half-starved jackals. Can you not sense their jealousy? Their spite. The air is thick with it. The curse was forged in blood and envy. I murdered my dearest friend in a jealous rage, and the blade bears that taint still. The sword cursed cannot bear the thought of losing the blade. If you touch it, they will come for you. Yes, and they will not stop so long as you carry it. Once you fall, and fall you will be consumed by the same jealous desire that drives them. They are long dead, and thus cannot be killed, though they will sleep for a time. But the blade calls out to them, always. When they wake, they shall seek it out again, and the one who keeps it. You have been warned.
encounter.
Friend, it is Altair. I must speak with you. Did you recover the sword? We must speak before you go further with it. I did not expect you would find it. Only those who are different are capable of such a feat. What do you intend to do with it? Only those with the keenest senses can even see it. And only one without a soul should be able to take it from its resting place. I do not know how you lifted it unless your soul... No matter. What is your intention? A deception. I watch Herminius' office so he does not plunder Alik'r. I know more than his books have explained. No. It is a deep, ancient curse. There is darkness in that blade that even the divines would struggle to banish. Sword Singer Navid's spirit seeks to distance himself from the blade, but he is the source of its evil. He cannot keep shedding the burden to others. Even if Herminius' Sophis escapes the vengeful spirits, he will take the sword to Cyrodiil. However cursed this sword may be, it is still a relic steeped in our history, our heritage. It must stay in the Alik'r. That is wise. Sword Singer Navid was buried at the Lion's Tomb, though he did not deserve such an honor. It was hoped the curse would fade in time, but instead the sword claims more victims. The curse is his to bear. He must take back the blade. That is for the best. Leave it at the Lion's Tomb on the shore. Then talk to Herminius' Sophis before you leave. Perhaps he will abandon his foolish search. I warned you, but still you took the sword. And now you bring it to my tomb? Are you deranged? The sword cursed will return soon. Take the sword away, quickly. I cannot. Do I not suffer enough? It has been centuries since I committed that heinous crime, and the shame is no less potent. That sword is a reminder I cannot bear. Take it away. I may still find some small measure of peace. No! I cannot! I will not! This is all Ilku's fault. His and Saida's. I will... No. Your words are true. Leave the sword with me.
Any luck finding the sword yet? So few people will work as hard as I do at these things. I'm not surprised that you didn't find anything. It takes keen eyes and an educated mind to fully identify significant artifacts. I may just abandon this site and go deeper in the desert anyway. I heard there were burial sites.
I'm taking notes on your progress, just so you're aware.
Death comes to us all. May we face it with honor.
truly a sign of the moon god. In the sand, beetles. Behind the rocks, beetles. Around the Johads, beetles. Last night I woke up and one was in my tent just watching me. We can't do our work. Sentinel's going to run out of water. They've overrun our camps. Anytime we approach the rain catches in the center of the fields, we get attacked. But that's it for me. I'm done dodging bugs. You want to help? Speak to Overseer Jahi. She's in charge. This is her problem.
Palatable. Delicious. Perhaps scrumptious.
If you've come to buy water, I apologize for the sorry state of the Johads. My idiot brother has all but ruined us. I suppose it'll fall to me to dig the family out of this sandpit. The water's been contaminated. To top it off, whatever's tainted the Johads seems to attract the desert beetles. Workers won't go near the Johads, and with good reason. But I still need to find out what's contaminated our lifeblood. I do. The workers have rest camps in between the Johads. If someone brought in this poison, there may be evidence of it there. If you can find something of import, bring it to me. I'll be at the main Johad down the road. There are reservoirs. Even in the desert, there is moisture in the air. The rain catchers collect it and funnel it into the Johads. Then we carry the water to the city in large urns. Or at least, that's what we normally do. Almor? Where you see the heaviest work done, look for him elsewhere. This is our family's business. He should show proper pride in our work. Ah, well. I can take care of the Johads once these beetles are gone.
We can use this.
Jahi sent you, didn't she? That smell. It's the same that's coming up from the Johads. Is that what was in the bottle you picked up? Jahi will never believe me, but I want to find out who did this as much as she. I know. And in a way it is. Our father put me in charge of the Johads after I, returned from Sentinel. Within a fortnight, most of the Johads reeked of this musk. Even so, I have no idea how any of this happened. Only one way to know for sure. A taste test. These 3 Johads are the ones attracting the most beetles. See if the water has the same flavor as that vial. She has her reasons, and I respect them as I do her. It would make no difference if I defend myself now. The important thing is that we find out what's happened to the Johads.
And to think I almost got away from the family business. Father giving it to my younger brother seemed like the perfect compromise. But look where it's brought us. Have you found anything? I recognize this. It's the same kind of vial my brother's wife uses for her alchemy. Is she responsible for this madness, I wonder? Ohama's a Khajiit apothecary from Sentinel. I had no quarrel with her, but if she's responsible for this, my father must know. She cares for him in the house just beyond here. Father didn't approve of their marriage, of course, but she is very skilled.
Peace be upon you, Wayfarer. Do you have a thirst that I can satisfy?
I welcome you to my father's home. Please, excuse our scant hospitality. I've been tending to Naseran day and night, and it leaves little time to prepare for guests. How may I aid you? It is mine. A rare bug musk, used in some Basmar cooking, if I recall. I thought I'd misplaced it on the trip here. Tell me, where did you find it? Blessed Ban! Tuwaka, I beg you keep your voice down. My father-in-law would truly turn me out if he heard such rumors. How could it be? I swear upon my very clothes, I had nothing to do with the Johads. You must believe me. Still, I would not know. Many of the workers come in and out of the house for refreshments, so perhaps one of them took it. But still, why would they do such a thing? There is one way to find out who took the bottle. It is strange, but wait and listen. Outside, a woman peddles her trained lizards. Ask if her pets can track scents, such as this bug musk. Just holding the vial leaves residue on one's hands. If you find who held the vial, you'll find who stole it.
I've run these Johads since I was a young man. Damned if I'll see them fall to another.